Hey everyone, what you can see right here is some roadmap. And honestly, a bunch of depression. We talked about it on stream today, like I just finished the stream. And yeah, this is the new roadmap that came out. Let me summarize it real quick before I lose myself in words again. So basically, we have Winter Kills Part 1 that already started. Part 2 is gonna be on the 24th until the 7th. And after that, for 6 weeks total, we're gonna have reruns of Bambino, Countdown, and Toxic Shock. So basically trials with the event variators. Keep in mind that there will not be catalogs returning at all. It's just gonna be the variators. After that, there's gonna be a stamp surplus thing for MK challenges only. And after that, it's gonna be the community selection. A while ago, we had a survey where it was like, what are your favorite weeklies? And it's just gonna run that until like March 18th, I think. And then there's gonna be a special event, which obviously they're not telling us what the event is, because why would they? So yeah, if you can't tell already, I'm a bit right now, because again, we talked about it on stream a bunch and there was a bunch of arguments, yada yada yada. And long story short, this is terrible. I'm not saying I'm completely against the idea of something like that, generally speaking. And again, I don't want to be the guy that denies that there has been a data breach. But generally speaking, this is not looking so good, because if you haven't been paying attention, this potentially means that until March 18th, there's not gonna be any new content for Outlast Trials. And you know what that means, right? That means that we are stuck with an event rotation, with an escalation, like a version of escalation that is pretty lackluster. I'm gonna have a video, like a short discussion video on that soonish as well. I already did that, but I'm gonna push this video out first. And yeah, overall, it's just gonna be lack of content. Long-time players doing early access remember Program Omega. Back then, we had Program Omega, which was basically the stick together thing. And yeah, basically there was no new content coming out for a few months. It was not communicated with us what was happening at all. Originally, Omega was only supposed to be on there for a few weeks. It turned into a few months. And it was horrible, because back then no one knew what was going on. Then the people started forming that had this idea that Trials sucks, Trials is a failure, and you know, these types of people that want to tell you, oh my god, the game is dead, dying, whatever the fuck. Then I had to come in and defend the game, being like, a game like this can't die, yada yada yada. And it was the root cause for a lot of people being like, oh my god, Trials bad, yada yada yada, which still to this day sucks. Like, Trials, generally speaking, was doing really fucking well. With Season 1, with the Countdown update, so many updates that came out were so fucking good. Obviously, the data breach then happened, and I won't lie, the update that came out for Season 2 was also pretty good. I still stand by that. Like, the main trial was really good, the picture is amazing, the psychosis changes was really good, the stamina change was a good step in the right direction. It still needs something, like the stamina recovery should be better, but overall it was a good change. The one thing that was bad was escalation, but that was one thing out of, you know, quite a bunch of really, really good stuff. It was more of an update, and similar to Primetime, that a lot of the things that happened in that update wasn't directly content, and more stuff that builds up to like the game being better over time. Like back then in the Primetime update, it was like, okay, we changed the containers, we added the bleeding mechanic. Like a lot of that was not content per se, but it was, you know, stuff that, you know, was like it was good for the game in the long run. And this update was kind of similar, but also with new content. We had new MKs, we had a new main trial, and overall good stuff. That being said, this is sad. I'm sorry, but this is sad. Especially, like, I would understand this part, for example, a lot more if you gave players the options to get some of the cosmetics back. The fact that we don't get cosmetics back you know, for new players to have a chance to farm for like Countdown and Toxic Shock cosmetics. It's a missed opportunity and also a little bit of a spit in the face. You know, it's not good. And the fact that once Winter Kills is over, it might just roll out like this without an update. So no updates to like some of the balancing maybe. No update to escalation, which right now I'm like losing a bit of interest in with like the Ultra change. It just doesn't look good. I'm sorry. And I know someone, like the same people that were like, oh my god, you were so negative about the Toxic Shock update, yada yada yada. The same people are gonna go out and say that I'm too negative right here. Because I am. I'm sorry, but I'm too negative here. But I've seen this before unfold. At the beginning of this video, I mentioned Omega. Because that was exactly that. The difference here, at least, is we know what's going on at the time. But put it this way, the first quarter of next year are only gonna be reruns and no new content. Again, data breach, I get that. But that's still not good. And that's still not a good look. Especially for the people that always are negative around Trials. And they're always complaining about, oh my god, Trials is so fucking bad. And they don't get like the concept of game development and, you know, good content taking time and all that stuff, and they're always like negative. So yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry, but this video has to come out because I'm just gonna say it. I hope that this is not everything, and best case scenario, there's gonna be a small update that's gonna accompany this with an escalation update, maybe even an update that at least addresses the MK situation, so at least there's something more like you can do while the game unfortunately will die down. Does this mean that Trials is dead? No. No, it does not. Keep coping. Like, some people have been coping that Trials is dead for a while and so on and so forth. Keep coping. But yeah, that being said, like, I fully agree that this period overall is gonna suck. And here's my take on it. And have a good one, everyone. Bye bye.